An Israeli inquiry has found last year's deadly commando raid on a Gaza-bound aid flotilla to be lawful. 9 Turkish activists were killed in the attack, which drew international condemnation. Middle East correspondent Ben Knight.
The raid on the flotilla was a disaster for Israel. For a start, its highly regarded army botched the operation by sending in its soldiers unprepared. They were attacked by activists before they'd even hit the deck. Then, 9 of those activists were killed in the fight that followed. The raid was internationally condemned, but a commission set up by the Israeli government has found that it was legal.
There were regrettable results, including loss of life and wounded. Despite that, and including a small number of incidents that we haven't reached a conclusion on, it's been found that the actions that were taken were legal and in accordance with international law.
The Turkle Commission was made up of Israeli jurists and 2 international observers. It spent 5 months investigating the incident, taking testimony from Israel's Prime Minister, its Defence Minister and the Chief of the Army, but not from soldiers who took part in the raid. The Commission says Israel was entitled to stop the ships because they were trying to break through its 3-year blockade on goods and people going in and out of the Gaza Strip. That blockade has been called collective punishment, but Israel says it's about trying to limit the number of rockets fired out of Gaza into its territory.
We are closely watching the ongoing inquiries, as is the United Nations. But this report has no value and credibility for me.
But such was the pressure on Israel after the raid, it began easing its restrictions on Gaza.
But the blockade continues, and so does the international criticism of Israel. Its once close relationship with Turkey has collapsed, and this report is unlikely to undo that damage. Ben Knight, ABC News, Jerusalem.